told him right in front of Julie Slattery that I wore my pants on backwards. He was like, he didn't know what to do.
I love that you do. There's so many times I wish I could see Len and how he reacts to stuff. So, hey, everybody. Hope you're doing good. Special thanks to our friends at
We got to behave today, by the way. Seriously. No, like, because we haven't done, like, a topic. So let's do it. Ready?
Look over here. Whose name is this?
Seriously? So you're going to...
Whose name is this?
Wow.
Whose name is this?
I'm trying.
Scranton Road Promotional Marketing, thanks to them.
They're amazing. So we get our awesome mugs from.
Looks like they're in charge of overtime, but they're not in charge. Brian and Jannelle are in charge of overtime.
That's right.
Special thanks to them. They're a division of Scranton Road Ministries, where they invest in the city because it's a ministry that helps do these does these promotional products, and they invest in the community around them in the city of Cleveland. So check it out. Get your promotional gear like this,
or sweaters, or jackets.
Get something for your family reunion, your business, your
mama,
your
yeah.
Daddy. Go to ScrantonRoadMinistries.org, ScrantonRoadMinistries.org, or ScrantonRoadPromo.org for more information.
Mike said, nice picture of you and Len on Facebook. I took a picture. What? It was forced because Len doesn't like taking pictures. So when we were waiting for Julie, I was like, babe, can we take a picture? Like, people are not going to believe I'm married to you. Like, we never take a picture.
Where was this from?
On my Facebook page.
Your fan page or your regular?
My fan page. Gary, what's up? He says, good morning, family.
Tell them what you did.
What I do?
Friday. Tell them what you did.
So I was
You got to go over there and tell them.
So I was scheduled for weeks to go on a dinner, double date, with Julie Slattery and her husband. Because they wanted to get to know Len a little more. They've seen Len before.
He's wearing that hooded sweatshirt again.
Yes, I told him that. I said, Len, your sweater. Brian's going to say something. Every time. Every time.
Let's go out, Len. Let's get dressed up. Hooded sweatshirt. Every time this man wears that hooded sweatshirt.
And you know what he did? I come down. I got dressed up.
And he's wearing a collared shirt underneath it.
Yeah, no, he does that.
And he's got a jacket over the hooded sweatshirt. No,
I'm going to be fair, though. That day he had to go to work, and he works in a big plant, so it's chilly in there.
Okay.
So we were supposed to meet Julie and her husband, and everything was good. It's been set up for weeks. It took me forever to get Len to, like, give me a day because he's busy. This dude is busy. So the weekend's coming. I'm really excited. It's Friday. I'm exhausted, right? And so I'm laying on my couch. It's Friday night. I'm done. And it's that night where it was like pouring. And it was already 6:15. And my phone rings. First of all, it's really irritating when my phone rings because I don't like phone calls. People that know me should know. Text me. And the kids are running around, acting a straight mess. That's like all the time. And so I look and I'm like, oh, Julie. And I really in my mind think, do I pick it up? Like, why is she calling me? And I was like, oh. So I click pick up. It's because I was just tired. It wasn't a good time. And then I pick it up and I was like, hey, Julie. She's like, hey, what restaurant are you at? I was like, we were supposed to meet tomorrow.
No, that's not how it went.
I was like.
No, you tell him how it went.
I'm not at a restaurant. I'm home. I just wanted to just disappear. Can you picture Julie Slattery?
I am not at a restaurant.
Oh my God. That was so, and I was just like, oh my gosh, Julie, I'm so sorry. She told me the 23rd. I pictured Saturday. I use my phone. I got an amazing phone. I use my apps. I don't know how I do this. And so she was really nice. And she was like, oh, that's fine. We'll just meet tomorrow. And Len comes home that day. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, we just kind of go about our day.
So you pretend like nothing happened with Len.
Like,
why is that?
Tomorrow. Because I'm like, we got to make sure I make it with Len tomorrow. You know, because he's
But you're not going to tell him on Friday about it.
No, I didn't tell him anything. So he does his thing. Then he goes to work the next day. I call him. I'm like, babe, we got to, okay, everything's good. We're driving to the restaurant, and like 5 minutes before we get there, I was like, oh, I got to tell you something. I was like, I don't want you to be surprised when we're at the restaurant. So Julie we were supposed to meet with her yesterday, and she actually went to the restaurant, and I completely forgot. What? What are you? Oh. So what? I was like, I know, babe. Listen. She was good. Like, it was fine.
Oh my gosh.
And so what they did, I was like, they just went on a date. That's messed up. That's just so wrong. going to a restaurant 2 days in a row because of us. Oh, he was so embarrassed. He was so embarrassed.
And Julie reassured you because she has the same issue, right?
As soon as it happened over the phone, Julie was like, neither one of us, you or me, are good at details. So she was good. And then her husband told me that whenever she sets up an appointment, he has to tell her, no, I got to see the date. So that it's still a mystery, like why we're like that.
So Jannelle, Gary wants to know, found Len's chapstick in her backwards pants? You ever stealing his chapstick?
Wow. Yeah. And you know what he hates about that? I'll find his chapstick, then I got his chapstick, and then we'll be like at a date, and I'll go like this. There's my chapstick! That's
Is that what he does?
What? You got problems? Yeah. Either his chapstick or his gum. Gary says, just joking, Jannelle. Callie says, good morning. We got a topic, Brian, because people are going to get mad. They're not going to take us seriously. Seriously, people are going to have
What day is it, Jannelle? They don't even... Are they going to take you seriously after that mess?
I know.
I just love that she knew she couldn't tell Len until they were just about there the next day. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come.
Yeah, he would have been embarrassed.
He already was embarrassed. And then you brought up what happened to you Friday at the restaurant.
I did. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm always like this. Like, yesterday on overtime, I had my pants on backwards, and they all look at me, and I was like, ooh. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that part. I was like, yeah. And Len was like, what? And he didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I didn't think it was a big deal.
It's not a big deal. It's funny.
But, yeah.
It's an icebreaker. Having a great time.
And then she's still my friend.
He's acting like he's all serious. Len Neville's.
Yeah, he's not all serious.
He's not.
At all. Like, if he knows you, he's a big goof. He just, he's like a politician. He puts up the good front up front. Then once he knows you, he's like, well, maybe, was that a good example?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, good. Marcy says, buenos dias. And she says, even in dark times, YouTube, bring me up. That's on YouTube. Lots of people on YouTube. Can you say hi to the people on YouTube?
Hi, people on YouTube.
No.
By the
You're
way,
a YouTube star.
People on YouTube, Jannelle brought her fan today.
Hey, I got all kinds of fans. That's
she brought
one
her
of them.
fan. She brought her fan.
Really? Wow, that's a nice one. Gracias.
It's your fan. Your fan's here.
Brian,
is this annoying?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Wow, you're worse than Elijah.
Okay.
Mike says, this is relaxed, chill over time. Aaron Jones, what's up? Aaron, did you get your mug? Mike says, we just love that you two take the time. Wow, you're going to leave it on? It is cold. Take the time to interact with us, hopefully speaking for many, but at least for me. Can you give Mike some love? He's like on all the time. Can you give him some love?
Who?
Mike. Seriously.
What does that mean?
Give him some love.
Hi, brother.
Really?
Give him some love.
Wow, the Bible says kiss on the cheek, something.
Holy kiss. Mike, I'm not kissing you, bro, but you're cool. All right? So, you're cool.
All right, so what's the topic?
All right. Article caught our attention. People don't want a friendly church. People don't want a friendly church. Here's Jannelle and her husband Len, a picture of them hanging out, welcoming people at the church. Come on in, it's Jannelle and Len. Hey guys, how you doing? You totally missing that? Look at you.
Oh, Len would be good at that.
No.
His dad was a pastor. You know how many people he had to welcome to church?
Anyway, when visitors show up at your church, you probably have smiling extroverts propping open the doors. Ministry enthusiasts have been strategically stationed, armed with colorful handouts. 100 chit-chats create an energetic buzz, and gallons of warm coffee lighten the mood. But a visitor sees a room of closed circles. Busy people, knee-deep in the weekly download. No one has unlocked eyes. The new person shuffled as quickly as possible to the large room with rows where they can see their social media feed until the music starts. Getting off to a solid start with guests is important, and it's critical to create a welcoming atmosphere. But in our experience, and this is again the president of Lifeway and his wife, those who feel like the freshmen step inside the lobby and feel overwhelmed by the sights and sounds. Being welcomed is important to church guests and potential visitors, but being friendly isn't enough. People are looking for beyond the surface connections. When it comes to knitting meaningful friendships into the DNA of the church, most of us have good intentions, but our efforts often fall short. Here are 3 problems, they say, most churches have when it comes to providing relational glue for visitors and newcomers. First of all, Jannelle, do you agree with the concept that being friendly isn't enough?
Yes, I do agree. For a couple of reasons. Number one, it can come off as fake. And number two, connecting is what's important. Like, really connecting with people. We got to be serious. Stop, like...
Okay. Keep going.
Mike, Rob says, I totally get the fitting part and being comfortable at home on Friday night. But how does a person so outgoing and loves to talk to people hesitate to talk on the phone when she looks at the caller ID? Now, I know why my call wasn't answered. Did you hear that? Yeah. Rob is calling me out. Rob, I got a lot of kids. I don't got time to be on the phone. Like, plus, when I'm on the phone, you probably won't hear me because there's a whole lot of kids in the background. So texting is best. Do you like being on the phone? Wow. Do you like being on the phone?
No. No, I don't like being on the phone.
If Rob calls you, you'd ignore it?
No, I'd answer Rob's call.
Oh. Do you always...
Wait, you think it's going to blow my hair in the wind?
Do you ever ignore a phone call? Or phone calls?
All the time.
You do?
Especially when you call.
Oh!
So anyway, there's three
that
problems.
Was delayed.
Churches
Oh, man.
Have in creating relational glue. One of them is churches aren't actually as friendly as you think. Local churches, they say, are in a position to help combat the epidemic of loneliness we've talked about here on this show before.
Hi, Theola.
But loneliness will not be solved. What happened to my hand?
What the... What is wrong with you?
What is this? Is that from that fan?
See, that's what you get. That's what you get.
Oh. I have to hold my hand like this now.
Oh, my goodness.
So...
What is wrong with him?
Basically, just the greeting time isn't enough. In fact, there's been some undercover folks who are just visiting churches who have felt like, really, the friendliness is fake and phony. And so even if you have a ministry that's designed to make it feel friendly, it may not be. Because you may not actually be caring about people and talking to them. What do you think of that?
Yes, I agree. But then what do you do with introverts? Introverts at church don't want to connect with people. Wow, thank you. Did you hear what I said?
No, I'm washing my hands.
Aaron says, okay, yeah. Can you explain, hello?
What?
Introverts at church don't want to connect. So if you go that direction, you can also make a lot of people feel uncomfortable and not go to church.
I would take issue with one part of that.
Go ahead.
Introverts at church. Oh, it's out low now. Sorry.
Wow.
I can't turn it off.
You are annoying.
Sorry about that. Introverts want to make friends, just not right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you're gonna. Okay, so somebody said they like the idea of interest signs, so it's more in your control when you feel like it.
Well, yeah, because like most extroverts are like, hey, welcome to church. Hi. Hi. What's your name? Wait, do you want somebody?
Yeah.
Do you want some coffee? Come on. Like, that's what they're doing. Who wants that? Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So, I think I buy into that, but it gets a little deeper, okay? So, number 2, people are looking for friends, not friendliness. So, one church had this great idea to combat this, because just being friendly means nothing. You can feel lonely and have a bunch of people be friendly.
Yeah.
What they did is they created these high top tables out in like the narthex of the church or the fellowship hall or whatever after the service is done. And there were signs on them that had areas of common interest, like fishing, running, art, hiking, pickleball, whatever it is. And you weren't going there to sign up to do that. But they asked people who are into those kinds of activities to just be in those areas. And you might be able to make a better connection because, as C.S. Lewis once said, friendship is born at the moment one person says to another, "What, you too? I thought I was the only one." So it creates those common bonds. What would you put in there?
So
just Latinos?
Jennifer says introverts actually like connection. We just don't like small talk and get exhausted by a lot of interaction from a friendly introvert.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, I like what you said though about it has to be in your time, because Len's an introvert and I could see if they did an activity at church that was like, oh, let's connect. He'd be like, what? Like, I don't want to do that and I don't even want to connect. I don't even know you.
So
you know what I'm saying?
What table would Len go to?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Grumpy dad?
He's very
Hooded sweatshirt aficionado?
No. I don't know. I got to think about
Collector of broken cars?
Oh, wow. Thank you. Which one would you go to? Because I asked you.
I would do something with music, maybe. I don't know. I got nothing else at this point.
Yeah.
Where would you go?
I would go to
women who don't like to do anything to make other people do other work for them?
I would go to book clubs.
You don't read books.
I do read books.
Oh, you listen to books.
I read more books than you. Thank you. I would go to book clubs. I got kids though, so I would have to have time. You know? No, seriously. If I didn't have kids, I would love to go to like theater groups because I like going to plays, that kind of thing. Robert says, do introverts complain if they're not greeted? No? So then, have you ever gone to a church and felt, oh my goodness, this is such a cold, unfriendly church? You're an introvert.
Yeah, so. But here's the difference. Somebody who organically is just welcoming, love it. I love that. Somebody who's been assigned the job of welcoming me, being forced to welcome me, whether they actually want to welcome me or not, totally contrived, insincere, not interested.
Yeah.
Like, I just go, hi, you're here because you have to be. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Like, but if you're just going in a group and someone goes, hey, have you been here before? And they're not assigned to it.
Yeah.
Introverts, I think, can often just see from 10 miles away when somebody's doing something because it's their job.
Yeah. Marcy says, so sad, just seems like we are robots in greeting people. But you can't please everybody. Yeah. That's true.
Dan Fleming. What's up, Dan?
What's up?
That's a man. Dan
People
the man.
ask the same 3 questions.
From Moody, hello.
Yeah.
I'm excited about you being here, Dan.
People ask the same 3 questions when you're being friendly at church. Is this your first time? Where do you live? Where do you work and go to school? Which to me always feels like a fake interaction.
It's because it is fake. It's like part of Greeter 101. First question is this your first time here? Everyone repeat after me. Is this your first time here? No, it's garbage.
Yeah.
I don't like the formalized greeting. I'd rather create a culture in which people are welcomed, not where they're forcibly welcomed at the door by someone who's smiling because they're told to smile.
Yeah. That's what Heather's agreeing with you. Introverts want it to be genuine more than anything. Sarah, who is amazing, from Ecuador, says, Jannelle, you made me laugh. My father-in-law loves to dunk old French bread in his hot chocolate. Yeah! The best. It's crackers or bread. It is so good. And then especially bread with mayo in the hot chocolate. Oh my goodness, it is so good.
So you end up with hot chocolate that's got bread chunks and mayonnaise in it?
So
and then
good.
You drink it?
But
so
you don't
good.
dip bread in soup?
No, that's nasty. It's nasty.
So if I made you a mayonnaise and chocolate sandwich, you'd be like, sign me up.
Whoa. Girl.
Say that again?
If I made a sandwich, mayonnaise and chocolate and bread.
Chocolate in the sandwich?
You're putting bread in your hot chocolate with mayonnaise on it. It's
good.
The same thing.
It is good.
So
it's the best.
You would eat a mayonnaise and chocolate sandwich.
No, I wouldn't put the chocolate in the sandwich. I wouldn't.
Do you realize it's no different?
It's the milk.
Not different. It's
the milk.
Okay, so I don't put powdered milk on it too.
No.
That's messed up.
Mike says toast with butter in hot chocolate. Yum, I told you.
Ew,
it's mayo
Mike,
or butter.
Messed up.
Sarah says introverts don't want to connect. As an introvert, I disagree. I want to connect, but I don't want to be bombarded.
Yeah.
If I feel that there's a spirit of love in a church, I will be more likely to want to return. I probably wouldn't go to a church where I don't know anyone either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I said it wrong. It's not that they don't want to. I'm married to an introvert. He doesn't want forced connection. So it's more complicated. Like with me, if they were like, oh, let's connect, and you come up with this activity, I'd be like, oh, that's fun. And then I would probably find a friend. With Len, when it's forced like that, it might turn him off. You know? It's kind of like when they tell people, oh, go around and say hi to everybody at church.
I hate that.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. So it's in the same way. So I get it. Introverts like connection. And more importantly, genuine connection. Heather says it's the salty sweet combo. Yes, exactly.
Okay, fine.
And the
Heather.
premium crackers. Oh my goodness. I had to stop doing it.
You're
I
so
used to do
bougie.
it every night. It's so good.
So
It is
you can't have
good.
off-brand saltines.
No, it has
You
to be
have to have
premium.
premium.
And no, I prefer the one that's low salt because the one that has a whole lot of salt, that's a lot.
You are
That's too
so
much.
bougie.
So good. Oh, I had to stop doing it because it's
And you all won't eat your mayonnaise and chocolate sandwich, but you're going to put your mayonnaise bread into your chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate, hot
You
chocolate.
realize it's no different.
It's very different.
I'll put warm chocolate in your sandwich then.
Ella says it turns off some extroverts too. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
The whole Theola says, do you want to hear Theola?
Of course.
When I first became a pastor's wife, I had no trouble introducing myself, but after exchanging names and etc., if they didn't keep the conversation going, my brain went dead. I never considered myself an introvert, but I was very bashful while growing up. It took me a long time to become comfortable in keeping a conversation going.
Yeah, conversation is an art that people fail at. A lot of people talk about themselves.
Yeah, they do.
It's so boring.
They do. But then there's this thing. I just heard a webinar from Julie about asking good questions. And she said something that was interesting. I haven't felt it yet, but it can happen. You said the people that just talk about themselves. One issue I have is I ask a lot of questions because I'm curious about people. But she was like, sometimes you'll have those people. And people like it because they like talking about themselves. But for me, it's genuine. She had somebody ask her, if you are that person, you can end up feeling lonely because it's like, yo, nobody asked me anything.
Exactly. Kathleen would talk about that all the time. She would have entire get-togethers with friends or interactions with people where she's a good question asker. They would never reciprocate.
Yeah.
And she talked about a date she went on with a guy years ago where she was asking all the questions and he got all excited. He was like, man, this is like so great. This date's so great. We got to go out again. And she's like, I don't want to go out with you again. You didn't even ask me one question.
Yeah.
We're talking about you the whole time. No wonder you're having fun.
Yeah, yeah. But then,
You
what do
gotta
you
reciprocate.
do? What do you do when you said people are not good at conversations?
Yeah, you've got to reciprocate. If somebody's asking you a few questions, ask them some questions too.
Yeah.
It's not
Show
that hard.
interest in other people, yeah. Gary says, I'd be a back row seat person in a new church like Len. Good way to observe the new surroundings. Yeah, he loves the back row. Loves it.
Look what Donna just said.
Toast with peanut butter dunked in hot chocolate. The bomb! Tastes like Reese's Cup. Yummy. That sounds really good if I liked peanut butter.
Why are you so nice to her? You don't talk like that to me.
I mean, cuz. Donna?
Peanut butter, nasty. If she was talking to you like she talks to me, she'd be like, nasty. That's all nasty. Why'd you eat that
Oh
for?
my goodness.
Right?
Rob says, I feel like I'm changing from an extrovert to an introvert. Is there a doctor in the house?
Robert, no, it's the thing. The older you get, in my opinion, the more introverted. The more time you spend with me, the more introverted you become.
Oh, well, yes. That's happening a little bit to me. But I think it's a combination of my job and I got teenagers. Like, my kids talk a lot and they always want to talk to me. So when I'm by myself, the last thing I want is to be talking to people. Anna says, introvert over here. I don't mind being welcomed at the door, but if I'm already seated with my head down looking at something, please don't walk over. It feels forced and awkward. Kelly says, I'm a questioner, and I have walked away from many conversations feeling that the other person doesn't care anything about me or my life because it was all about them. There's a way. I've done it because that's what I love to do. I will straight up interview somebody all day long because I love stories and I love people and I'm interested. There's a way to do it, like you said, if the person doesn't have to be a question asker. You could be the one leading the whole thing because some people just don't know how to ask questions and bounce it back a little bit. Like one question can,
Yeah,
go ahead.
If you could tell some like dramatic life story, then you can go, anything like that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Or you could
Or
just
like-
go, ask me another question
Yes,
about me.
exactly. Yeah, there's a way to do it. I'm not asking somebody to be a question asker, but you can tell, when the person's just not interested in you. Robert says, yeah, you did catch me off guard when I met you. Who's that? Me?
No, probably me.
I hope so. Were you asking a bunch of questions? Oh, dang.
I don't remember.
Rob, you got to break that down because now I want to know who messed up.
I think Rob has referred to that as one of the best nights of his life. hanging out with Len and me. Very few guys can say they've hung out with Len and me together.
Oh my goodness. Rob, you got to break it down. Miss Anita says, I'm trying this, which is Sarah saying.
You don't know what she's saying?
I want to know.
So probably dipping.
This is me all the way. So Sarah's responding to Theola saying, this is me all the way as a pastor's wife. Thank goodness for a very extroverted husband and kids. I think Miss Anita is vibing on, remember Theola was a pastor's wife and the way she engages.
I think she's talking.
We are all into people's conversations. Y'all ain't even talking to us. Like, that wasn't about us. Oh my gosh. All in it. I got a kid that's like that. Oh my gosh. He thinks he's sneaky. He'll sit around and
Look
listen.
at Robert. No, Brian. Exactly.
So you caught him off guard. What'd you do? And look, Benny's saying this. He's laughing at you. What'd you do? You were
He didn't
asking
expect
questions.
me to be this handsome in person. Like, he's like, I thought that like cameras made people uglier.
Oh my gosh.
And so it was a surprise. It
So
was a
were you
surprise.
like, you're a question asker?
I don't.
Is that what threw Rob off? Can you speak? You're here to speak.
I don't know. I'm not Rob.
God,
Rob's got to point this out again.
I am wondering.
It was a rare experience where Rob is one of the few men in Northeast Ohio who has spent time away from this one with just Len and me. It's a rare experience that you
my
can't
God.
replicate. And Len told this stupid joke.
No.
There was like some 20-year-old waitress, and we're doing our orders, and he goes, "Do you have any Grey Poupon?" That was a commercial in like '85 or something. She had no idea what he was talking about.
Oh
And
my
Rob and I laughed. We
gosh.
thought it was funny just that Len would ask that question.
Sarah says, tell Miss Anita, here we go in your conversation. In full disclosure, he breaks it up and leaves it in a hot
I
chocolate
told
and
you.
then scoops it up. Yeah, we used to do that. You break it up. Yes, we used to do that big time. It kind of looks awful, but then growing up with my New Englander dad, we would eat premium crackers crushed in cold milk. But you gotta put
Why do you call it premium crackers?
it is premium.
It's called saltines.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably.
We don't call it saltines
Premium. I didn't even know what you meant. Premium.
because that's the brand. It has to be premium.
Saltines.
No, just like if I told Len saltines, he'd bring me some saltines. I need premium crackers. Oh, they're so.
I would be in the cracker aisle going, what is she talking about? If Sarah said buy premium crackers, I just picked some random box of crackers that was name brand.
Oh my goodness! Everybody's questioning and wondering. Did he give you a big bear hug? Like, can we know what happened?
Rob is keeping it on the low down.
Keisha or Lakeisha, what's up? On YouTube, I see you. Mike says Oreos dunked in milk. Oreos are kind of nasty because they got all that white stuff in the middle.
What, you got a problem with white stuff?
Chocolate chip cookies.
What's your problem with white stuff?
It's all
Everything's got to be
whole-
black for you?
It's all thick.
You don't like white stuff?
Black is awesome. It's amazing. Wow, so Rob's not gonna say.
Rob's just going to leave it sitting
You were
there.
probably acting all awkward that first time.
I get awkward, yeah. I feel like we had a good time.
You do get awkward, by the way. That's not just, he didn't just say that. It's really weird. I've seen him about to walk up to like a group he doesn't know, and you straight up get nervous. You were like, oh my goodness, I feel so awkward. This is so weird. That's surprising coming from somebody like you, just so you know. Mike says, yuck on the white stuff. Yeah, it's nasty. Daniel says, the cream is the best
That's
part.
right.
No, I straight up. And then Len has this thing where he doesn't know how to just let somebody be. So he'll be like, why you do that? Or what you doing here? What you doing that? So if he'll see me eat the Oreos and scrape the white stuff and put it aside, why are you doing that? That's such a waste. And I'm like, yo, can I just
Does he eat it?
No.
Does he eat it then?
No. He'll probably make one of the kids eat it. Daniel says the cream's the best part. Ugh.
Yeah.
Rob says it's too much to type. I'll just say that Brian wasn't as open. Very low eye contact and quiet. Not an issue. I just had to learn who you are. I'll explain when we talk again.
Yeah, I'm awkward at the first time. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh
I got to get Len loosened up sometimes to get more comfortable.
with an I. Okay. I Keisha. See, the I and the L look similar. So I'm sorry. That's
I knew
me.
your name was Akeisha. I don't know what her problem is.
That is me. I'm sorry. Oh, like I messed up again on Friday. I forgot a kid. Straight up forgot a kid again.
By the way, Mike Parks.
Ew, double stuffed.
Yeah, it's the best
Ugh,
kind. Mike
nasty.
Parks, my wife loves dipping fries in her Frosty. Jannelle's never even heard
Oh,
about
I've heard that. Nasty. Ugh,
You're nasty.
that sounds nasty. I think my kids are onto that. But my kids are half American, so they don't get it all together. They're not all Dominican. Sorry, I'm a citizen, I know, but, Dominican.
Wow.
You guys, I'm saying.
Hating on Americans, hating on
No.
white stuff. Wow.
Sarah says, I tried teaching this to my kids, but they thought it was awful. I think I have failed at making my kids Ohioans. My kids, actually, Sarah, they love, we call it Panko Leche. They love Panko Leche, so they got it all together. They know.
Something about Peter Pan? Or...
No, Panko Leche, bread and milk. So they
Is bread?
toast the bread. Well, they toast it. They put the mayo on, chocolate for them, put it in a cup, and then they take the bread and dip it and eat it. Oh, it's so good. Yep.
Nasty.
All right, guys. Bye.
There's actually one more thing to look at in this, and Kelly, can you post
Rob, wait.
It's already posted.
He says, I have this thing where I think brilliant people shouldn't be shy. I don't know why. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm hanging out with Rob. Rob's brilliant. I just talk.
Aw,
Rob's like
that's so
solving people's
humble of
social
you.
security problems. I'm just talking.
Dan, really, Dan? Wow. That's why I wasn't sure about getting excited that you were here. I wasn't really sure
You see
what
what
you
I
were
work
about.
with?
That's messed up. You've worked with me. Just that should
He
make
knows.
you know I'm Team Jannelle.
No.
It's messed
This
up.
woman over here is scraping out the filling from Oreos. She's dipping bread in hot chocolate, and she won't dip bread in soup.
Ugh, nasty.
And she
And
thinks
then
French onion soup
crackers
sounds nasty.
in soup. What are you guys doing? Ugh, it's nasty.
But she'll put bread in soup. No, she won't put bread in soup.
Bread and hot chocolate.
But she won't put crackers in soup.
Yeah, no.
You know who's nasty? You.
Somebody, I just got checked on text for the
What
show.
happened?
They said I'd stop using the word nasty.
Why?
Because we were talking about food. You should stop using the word nasty. That could offend people that like the food. Straight up. I was like,
Say that, did they catch that?
yeah, like, so we were talking about food on the show, and somebody texted the show and said, Jannelle, you should stop calling food nasty. That offends people that like that food. And you're lucky enough to have food, period, to eat. So don't use the word nasty. Big word. I didn't know. Oh my goodness. I know.
So, in the world this person's created, we're required to like all food?
I don't understand it.
Isn't that a world filled with lies?
So dramatic, Brian.
That's a world full of lies.
Oh my goodness.
So Jannelle has to say, even if she hates something, I like it.
Yeah.
Because you
I don't
might
wanna
offend someone who likes
somebody.
it.
Exactly.
So they're saying be a liar. Wow.
Sarah says Ecuadorians put popcorn in their soup. That's crazy. She
That
said
sounds
it's
good.
so good.
That sounds good.
Popcorn? That's a lot of salt. Whole
You
lot
got
of
a
salt.
lot of rules.
And Theola, I love Theola. She says you should have overtime on overtime. Oh, we love you, Theola. I love you. I don't know what he's doing. And Dan is laughing. I got you now. I know what you're doing. That was Len. He's Team Brian. I want you to tell me that to my face when we're on Zoom.
Len does that to me all the time. I'll be asking Len questions when we're hanging out, just off air or whatever. And pretty soon he'll stop in mid-sentence and be like, I see what you're doing.
And
I
he
know
has
what you're
his
doing over
finger
there.
thing.
You're trying to get some stuff on the radio. And I'm like, Len, I'm just talking. Man.
All right, guys.
All right.
Peace out. Word to your mother.
Well, don't say that.